How's it going, guys? It's the Pixelated Pumpkin. Today's video, I'll be unboxing, setting up, demoing, and reviewing the twitching Scarecrow made by Morris Costumes and being sold at HalloweenCostumes.com. Now, this is a very special unboxing because HalloweenCostumes.com has partnered with me to make a little video series, and they have sent me 4 animatronics, this being one of them, for me to show off to you guys. And if you guys want to get this guy right here, use my link in the description below. That is a special link that will help me out, and it's just a more convenient way to get to this site, basically right now, if you want to pick this guy up. But anyways, I'm super excited to open this one up because I really do love... But anyways, I am super excited to open this one up, so I say without any more hesitation, let's pop this thing open and see what's inside. Alright, and here is what we see when we open up the box. Now, I don't expect there to be too much setup involved here, because it is a little 3-foot character, so I don't think the setup's going to be too complicated. Typically, most 3-foot characters don't even require setup, but since it's an SVI prop, I'm assuming there's a little bit more involved here than, say, a Pan Asian Creations 3-foot character. But anyways, I'm super impressed with how this one looks so far. I love the pumpkin ones, and I think they did a really, really good job with this one. I'm very excited to set it up, so without any more hesitation, let's start putting this guy together. Alright, so we're going to start out by taking everything out of the box. I know where I'm at right now definitely is not the best setup, but it's all I got to film in my room. I say it's still better than filming outside. But anyways, here is the pumpkin head dude. We're going to start with taking him out of the box right now. There you go, gotta look at that. I think he looks great, honestly. I love the face mold on him. And he does have a very detailed clothing design too, which is good. So I'm going to put him off to the side now, and we'll get started on building him in a second once we get everything else out. Put him over there. Looks like we have his hat in here. And we have a little frame piece, it looks like. We'll see where this goes. I think I know where it goes. And we got 2 leg poles, I'm assuming. And then we got the little stand right here, typical for seasonal visions. And we have the, what do you call it? The hip hoop right here. So this will go in his hip area. And finally, the directions. They appear to be pretty straightforward and streamlined, as most seasonal visions props are. But I'm still very looking forward to setting this guy up, so let's get started with the build.
So for this setup, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a voiceover. So to start off, you're going to want to lay out everything. And then the first step is as simple as it gets. Just stick the 2 leg poles in. They're snap lock poles, extremely easy and straightforward. Then you're going to want to put the pants on and the shoes. It's very easy and simple. It's not rocket science at all. The next part you're going to want to put on is that little bracket piece there that connects the torso to the actual legs. That is easier said than done as well, since it is just a simple snap lock pole. Next up, we have the hip loop, which is also pretty straightforward. It just takes a little bit to get it in there if the weld is a little bit off center, but with a little bit of effort and a little bit of strength, you'll get it in there perfectly fine. Next step is, of course, getting the actual animatronic on the poles now, and this is pretty easy as well, as it's just 1 snap lock pole that connects to the legs here. Nothing complicated at all. Then you're just going to want to tidy him up a little bit, fix him up, make sure everything looks just perfect, just the way you want it on him, like pulling up the pants and just getting his shirt and arms posed the way you want, and it's pretty easy after that. Final step is just putting on the hat.
Alright, now we got him all set up, and I think he looks pretty awesome, so let's turn him on. Alright, so there were just 2 of his phrases right there, as you did get to see all of his phrases in the opening of the video. But anyways, I just wanted to show him off again, but seriously, he is awesome. I really love the animation and just a lot about him, so let's hop into the review portion of my video now. So just starting off with his detail and look, I have to say right off the bat, he's extremely detailed for a 3-foot prop. Typically, we don't see this much detail in 3-foot props, but I think they really knocked it out of the park with this one. With just how detailed his clothes are, his head, just everything about him is super nicely detailed, and I love it. Starting off with just his face alone, I love this thing, and it's what draws me to the prop the most. I think the detail and the design of the face is so incredible. If you could just see all the little details it has, it looks great. And the traditional jack-o'-lantern design the face has is perfect as well. We really don't see enough traditional jack-o'-lantern type pumpkin props. They're typically done in the shape of a skull, which I mean, this one's a little bit, but I'm happy he has that traditional carved jaw that a lot of the pumpkin head animatronics lack. So I think it looks really great. And his hat too is also great. It's simple and it does have that little Scarecrow look to it, which is great. And I love his Scarecrow design as well. If you look down here, you can see his clothes and stuff, and I think the clothes are great too, very detailed. You got some creepy cloth hanging off the side there. Just looks like your standard Scarecrow outfit, but it's still great to see how much detail's packed into it for a 3-foot character. You also got that little rope down there, and his hands also have a nice design too. I like how they're green, as if underneath his clothes he has a body made of vines and roots, which is cool. So that fits in with the pumpkin aesthetic too, rather than his hands just being brown or something like that. And then also down here you got his pants. They do have a few nice little patches on them, even a little bit of detail down there, which you don't typically see. And then you even have his shoes, and he even has a little bit of straw sticking out of the bottom there too. So overall, for his design, I think it's really, really, really good, especially for a 3-foot prop, and I'm super impressed.
Now to talk about his animation, and it's actually a lot. Again, for a 3-foot prop, they put so much into this, which I love. So his animation is simple but effective. He just turns his head, has jaw movement, and moves both of his arms back and forth, which I definitely think is more than enough for this prop, and I just think it is great. I really, really like the head movement here. The side from side turning is something you never see on 3-foot props, so that is something really cool and unique. With that said, that's pretty much all I have to say about his animation. It's just enough for this prop. It doesn't need anything else, and I just think it's perfect.
So finally, I guess to wrap it up, we have his phrases and price, and we'll start off with the phrases. So I think his phrases are actually pretty decent. I'm not the biggest fan of the voice, because it sounds like a generic Reaper, and it doesn't really fit the whole pumpkin head aesthetic and Scarecrow aesthetic this guy has. But I do think the lines are written very well and very well match the prop. And I actually think they're really good. And he has quite a few. He definitely has a very big selection of phrases, which is nice. You typically don't see that either for most props. Typically these days, most props have less than 3. But SVI is out there killing it with a lot of phrases on this guy. I believe he has 5 or 6, which is awesome. And they're pretty long too, so that makes me really like them as well. Now the phrases are great. But one thing I don't think is as great is the price tag at $120. Now, typically, I would say for 3-foot characters, I don't think they should be over $80, but considering this is more of a specialty 3-foot character with lots of movement, and quality-wise, he is way better than most 3-foot characters, I say the $120 price tag is worth it, for the most part. If you could get this guy at a discount, which I believe there is a 20% off discount running on HalloweenCostumes.com right now if you use that link in the description, I do think that's actually worth it a lot. But as for his standard price at $120, I do think that's worth it too. Just because of how much animation he has, how many phrases he has, and how detailed he is, I can't help but feel that $120 is a pretty good price for this guy. You're not going to see many 3-foot characters under $100 anymore these days, so even paying that little extra bit for how much this guy does, I'd say is worth it. So overall, all around, he is a fantastic 3-foot character, and definitely my favorite 3-foot prop I own. Now for my final rating. I've said everything I wanted to say about this guy, from his looks, to his price, to his animation, to his phrases, and I'm definitely ready to give this guy my final rating. In terms of other 3-foot characters, he's definitely the favorite that I own, and probably my favorite one ever made. It's just such an awesome jack-o'-lantern look, and I love the pumpkins the best. But overall, from everything I own and just everything in general, I'm gonna be pretty well off giving him an easy 9 out of 10. I seriously love this guy. I think he is awesome. There's just a few little nitpicks that I have with him that does not get him that perfect 10 out of 10, but I still say he's highly worth it, and 9 out of 10 is a fantastic rating for a 3-foot character especially. Typically for 3-foot characters, I would give them more ratings in the, I would say, I don't know, 7 to 8 out of 10, but definitely a 9 out of 10 for this guy. He definitely deserves that, and I really, really love the way he looks. So overall, guys, that is pretty much it for my rating, setup, and review of this guy. But as always, for all my animatronic videos, I like to do a demo in the dark at the end. But this is pretty much it from me, everybody, so I really hope you enjoyed this unboxing, setup, showcase, and review of the twitching Scarecrow. Do not forget to use that link in the description below to get this guy. I highly recommend him. But with that, everybody, that is pretty much it for the twitching Scarecrow. Be sure to like and subscribe as always, and do not forget to check out that link in the description to order this guy. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, this is Pixelated Pumpkin signing out.